Hi fans, about Nicholas Wheelock and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to teach you how to use the Morrowind command console. So here we go and let's get started here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our keyboard here, and we're going to look for the little squiggly squaggly line on our keyboard. It's usually located right up in the left hand corner. It's just a little squiggly line and it's called the tilde key, and we're just going to click that and it's going to open up our command prompt line. This is where we get all of our commands and IDs from. In the world of Morrowind, you can click anything, exterior, interior, and it'll show up in the console and it will give you the ID for any item within Morrowind. First, we're going to start off with something simple, and that's toggle God mode, which is TGM. And instantly toggles God mode. As you can see up here, God mode is on. And now here we're gonna spawn a Mudcrab. Very simple, easy code. As you can see, it's the Placeatpc player code Mudcrab, and you want to put 1,20,1 because that spawns it at your location. It basically spawns it at your feet instead of way out in the woods somewhere. So you want to make sure you add the 121 on there so that it will spawn it at your feet. So we're going to spawn us a Mudcrab. And here we go, we got a Mudcrab here. We're just going to kill this Mudcrab and dispose of its corpse. So there we go. We had just spawned a Mudcrab. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to open our tilde again. And we already did a Placeatpc code. So now we're going to do a add item code here. We're going to erase this out. No. We're going to erase that out of there. And these out of here. That's the thing about coding. It takes a little time to enter the code sometimes. Here I'm going to throw some of these crab meat on the ground here. And I'm going to open my tilde here. And we're just going to find our crab meat here. We're going to look up in the air here. You might have to look up on some of these so you can get the ID for the item that you're wanting to get. So we open up the command console. Now we want to looks like I got to get closer to the item here. Yeah, we want to click on our Ingrid crab meat. So here we go. We got Ingrid. We're going to add 100 of those to our inventory. Now here's the code here. Player // add item, ingredient, crab meat 01, 100. And we're going to add 100 of those crab meats to our inventory. And there we go. We just added 100 crab meat to our inventory. Now let's say we want to lock and unlock doors. So we'll come out here, we'll exit out of here, we'll come over to this door here, and we want to arch it so we can select the door here. So we select our command console again. We type the door and we put lock. Let's say 100. And it just locked that door, as you see down here at the bottom here. It just locked the door at 100 here. So now we're going to come back up here to our console here, and we're going to put unlock because we want to unlock our door. Yep. And we're going to click our door here. And we're going to unlock that door. So now the door is now unlocked. And don't worry, fans, I'm going to leave an entire code list below this video, so you get to see the first eye view of how they work and how they're supposed to be entered and the concept. And then below the video will be all the codes that I use on a regular play period on Morrowind. Every time that I play Morrowind, I use the same code sheet with the same codes. Here's another example. We're going to use a kill command for this NPC here. So we're going to open up our console. We're going to click on her because that's the ID, and we're going to type set health to 0. And there we go. And there she is. She is one dead puppy. Yep. One dead puppy. And now we're going to resurrect this NPC here. So now we're going to come here into our console. We're going to go to our tilde inside our console commands. And we're going to put resurrect. And there, we just resurrected her. So now we're going to come out of here, and she is resurrected. And here's the console commands that I currently have on here to give you a better view of there. You got your Placeatpc, your add item, and these are how the codes are supposed to be entered. You got your God mode with your TGM. You got lock, unlock, set health, resurrect. And if you want to turn off God mode, you just enter TGM again for a second time, and it'll turn God mode off. Now here I'm going to show you how to use the cock command. Basically, you enter your tilde here. You're going to put cock. You're going to put double bracket parentheses, and we're going to travel to Setpccrimelevel here. And if you want to see the code, there's the code for cock Setpccrimelevel, and that's where we're traveling to. So I'm just going to hit enter. And it took me to Setpccrimelevel here. And now if we want to go back to Balmora, we just click cock again. We type Balmora in those double parentheses. And there we are, traveling back to Balmora. So now we're back to Balmora here. But like I said, it's a very simple concept of how to use the command console. All of these codes have to be entered properly or they will not work. And it does not count capital letters. So capital letters do not count, but how they're typed in the command prompt does count. And you never want to use more than one space in between the command prompts. So, because it's a command prompt, it's just like MS-DOS and all those other kinds of prompts that you see on those old school computers and things. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to set our health. Yep. We're going to come in here and we're going to set our health. Yep. So now we just set our health here. So we just set health 10,000. Okay, now we're gonna set our PC crime level. So now I think this is the code here. Set PC crime level, and we're gonna set our crime level to 0. So there we go. We just set our PC crime level to 0. And now we did lock, we did unlock, player-additem gold 001, and how much gives you the amount of gold that you would like. You could set your health, you can set your level with the same thing. Player set health. I can also set level here. We'll come in here. Player set health. We'll set level. Same concept. We're going to do 100 on set level. That just set our level here. So you guys all get the point here. You want to set like marksman. Let's say you want to set your skill marksman. Then you just enter marksman. And there it goes, set a skill marksman. So we got all those god modes: lock, unlock, set health, resurrect, cock to locations, cock to Belmoras, player set health 10,000, set PC crime level. We got player set level, player add goal, add item gold 001. We got player set marksman. These are all the main codes that you're going to be using in Morrowind anyhow. And like I said, as long as the command console is open, you can even click on yourself and the console shows right here at the top. It says right at the top in that little black box, it says console player. That's you. When you click on yourself, it recognizes you as the player. Now you can click on other things too, and it will tell you whether it's a rock terrain, or whether it's a wall, or a chest, or whether it's crab meat, or whether it's potion, or whatever the sort. It would give you the ID right up in the little console banner black rectangle there at the top of the command console, where it says console, terrain, rock, and all that other stuff when you click on the item. So that's your item ID, that's your terrain ID, that's your world ID. So you can click on anything in the world, and with player/column add item, or player/column Placeatpc with your 1,20,1 will allow you to add or to place those particular IDs inside the world. So you could put stuff inside your inventory, and then you can add it to containers if you want to. You can move containers. You can put a fireplace in your house. You can put chests in your house. You can add crates in your house. You can do all kinds of things with Morrowind. And the thing with Morrowind that you don't get in Oblivion is you can also use use the bedroll council IDs, and you can spawn a bedroll anywhere you want in the world. You can't do that on Morrowind though. It completely prevents you from doing that in Morrowind, but not Morrowind, but in Oblivion. But in Morrowind, you can put your bedroll anywhere you want. So you can make a camp anywhere in the world with a fireplace and a big old tent and everything. And all you really have to do is just have the item ID for whatever you want to place at your camp. So, or the console command ID, you know. So another thing too is when you do have those furnishings, I'll put these codes below. You can move them to X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And you can move them. You can also rotate them. I'll put, like rotate Y. I'll put that all below this video. So if you want to play with those and experiment with those, then that would be fine. So that's about it, guys. That's how you use the Morrowind Command Cheat Console. And this is about Nicholas Wheelock signing off. And don't forget, below my video, I will have an entire my personal entire cheat sheet for the Morrowind Command Console. So don't forget to grab your copy on the way out. And this is about Nicholas Wheelock signing off.